Good morning, Forex traders. This is Vance Williams, and welcome to my morning Forex trading show. I just want to share with you what I'm really doing these days on this show is I'm actually just preparing for my own trading. On that note, I was a little late to the party this morning, but we'll still take a look at what's happening. I want to share that I'm making a series of free Forex training videos on my YouTube channel, so you can check there if you know how to do that. I want to show you if we go to when you play this video, the one you're watching right now, just click be part of the conversation, and you'll actually be able to see several links. The free training here on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter to find out about when I'm going to do this show. That's pretty much the only place I announce it. And then there's a free trial offer for my coaching program you might want to check out here. This is actually an interesting video. This shows me illustrating a trade from beginning to end. You hear from a few traders that I've coached, and also you learn about how they did it. And also the free trial offer is at the end on that as well, if you want to check that out. Okay, so we've had a lot of movement this morning. Before I get started talking, I just want to say that what I do on this show is for your educational purposes only. I in no way intend to tell you where to get in or out of trades. I mean, this requires real skill, and that takes having the right knowledge and training yourself or having training done, that sort of thing. So take it seriously. In fundamentals, the latest rounds of competition are showing up in the form of central bank rate changes. Last night, the RBA in Australia cut interest rates. Let's pop over to the Australian dollar. As you can see, that created let's get our, about a 200 pip move very quickly. And you can see it's going the opposite direction of the euro dollar and the pound dollar. This again just illustrates the emerging competitive markets, which is really good for us Forex traders. As I said in my high impact data post last night, someone was doing a lot of buying yesterday, possibly hinting at this move above here. You can see that. We're going to take a closer look at that in a minute. Let's look at the pound as well. Yeah, so the pound is even moved above the top level there as well. So we've got a lot of divergence in the currencies. We've got a lot of this is created by competition. Some people are calling it currency wars. Well, I don't really see it as currency wars, but I do see it as very competitive markets. And I see this as a very, very good thing for us as Forex traders, because it creates more liquidity and more volatility, and that creates more trades, more quality trading opportunities for all of us. In major bank trades, one of the top earners picked up their sell order on the euro right here at 11400. They had that in place before all of this, big move happened here. So that order got picked up. Another one filled a long order on the Canadian dollar. Looks like they're kind of getting caught in the reversal as well, which this is basically a correction is what's happening. So let's talk specifically about the buyer and seller behavior on our charts. By the way, I'll go into a lot of details with our trading team in about an hour. Well, I guess it's about a half hour in our team trading room. We'll go over that, you guys. So let's look at the charts. First thing to point out is we're seeing basically a correction. We had a huge, just look at this huge move down. And now we're getting a bit of a market correction. Probably get some selling interest right here where we're at right now at the 61.8 level. One of the things also to point out is if you just keep in mind that there were a lot of sell positions in here, there's also a lot of stop losses of these sellers that are being hit. So a lot of this rapid movement is a bunch of buyers jumping on. I mean, there are a lot of there's a lot of buying going on. But also as stops are triggered, sell orders are stopped out. by buy orders. And so what happens is as these stops, these short positions that have been in for a while, as those stops are hit, it creates a lot of movement upwards. And so there's stop losses all throughout here, you know, going back to what's been a really, really huge move on the euro, you know, starting way up around 2,800. So that's part of what's going on right now. We're hitting a lot of stops, I think. Pound, kind of the same thing, hitting stops. And as you can see, this level, we've got a lot of selling interest right here at this level right now. Now let's take a look at what happened this morning. As I said, I was a little bit late to the party. The first thing, you know, I would observe is I was watching this yesterday. This was really choppy. I mean, there was so much indecision, a lot of buying and selling. It created lots of wicks and, you know, ultimately some wicks and tails right here. And it just, you know, you could just tell something was about to happen. It was kind of pointing towards a break to the top side, because I noticed no matter how many sellers there were in the market, the buyers just kept buying all day. And I don't know who this was. Someone with, you know, a lot of money just continued to buy. So this was hinting at a break to the top side for me. Same thing with the pound, selling. And yet it just could not get close to going through this 15,000 level all day. I know it tried in the early London session, but it also failed. And again, you see it move up. All right, so let's take a look at this move itself and see if there was an opportunity for trading. Because of the rapid nature of the move, I'm going to drop to a 1 minute just so I can see the buying and selling behavior. And what we see here is it comes out of this range. It moves very fast. The initial move is, let's see how far it goes up. It goes up about 60 pips before it pulls back. And as you'll see when I put a fib on there, it pulls back right to 38.2 and then takes off again. And so there was a pullback. I didn't really like that one as much as I liked. Actually, that was that. Yeah, that was the one that I liked. It actually looked a little nicer on the 5 minute. Let's go ahead and put the fib back on there. Nope, that's not. It didn't look better on the 5 minute. Let's go back. Oh, we're on the euro. Never mind. So that's the euro. It looks like the euro, now that I'm looking closer, it didn't quite pull back to 38.2. So very, very strong movement. I think it was the pound that made the pullback. So let's go over there. So the pound comes up, flips over here, and let's drop down to the 1 minute because we know it was moving fast. Yeah, here it is. I drew a fib from here. There was no pullback to 38.2 or more anywhere in here until we get to this point right here. And then you get a pullback right to 38.2 and then another push. And then after that second push happens, right in here, you get a correction. So the initial move up before it pulls back is about, looks like 30 pips. And then it pulls back, pushes again. And then it does a bit of a correction. And then we got a little bit of choppiness as it's not moving up with the certainty that the euro was. And part of that might be the ongoing conversation out of Greece as well. So there are a lot of sellers looking for a place to get on this continuing dollar trend, but today, you know, price is just bullish. When there's a lot of rapid movement and I'm not there when it starts, I'll typically just stay out because I just find that I don't have a feel for what's happening. That's just what happens when I show up late sometimes. Okay, so I do watch other currency pairs. Some of you guys know that. We have several pairs doing their own thing. We saw that the Australian dollar with the rate cut has continued its downward trend, which has been quite substantial over time. Same thing on the Kiwi. It's doing its own thing, downward trend. We've got it following. It's getting in lockstep with the dollar going the other way now, which is a lot stronger than, you know, anything we'll get out of New Zealand. Same thing with the Australian dollar. The dollar is so much bigger. The U.S. dollar is so much bigger than the Australian dollar. Whatever they do in terms of monetary policy, it'll usually turn around and move with the dollar. But they do have their own thing going on, and the movement of the Australian dollar and the Kiwi are also very strongly correlated with the commodities market. So you'll see I'll talk about correlations. The dollar yen, because of the monetary policy in Japan. Let's see, that's not showing me what I want. Let's go up to 4 hours. Because of the monetary policy in Japan, it's long-term bearish on the yen, bullish on the dollar. And so that's why you see this very big trend up. And then the CAD, they are very strongly correlated with the oil prices because they produce a lot of oil. And so lowering oil prices weaken the Canadian currency. So you've got a correlating factor there. And it's also been correcting, as you can see. This is all dollar negative or dollar bearish. Euro pound. We've had the developments today in the Eurozone, which are positive for the euro. But long term, the UK economy is perceived to be doing better than the Eurozone. So long term bearish, but right now doing a bit of correcting as we see kind of across the board. So what to look for? I suppose you could look for a new price moves and pullbacks, but when big unusual things happen like this, I prefer to just kind of just wait and let the dust settle and then look for my setup. Let's see, anything else? No, that's about it. To our members, I'll see you guys in our live trading room coming up here in about 20 minutes. And to everyone else, hope you got just one idea that helps you with your trading. Have a great one. Bye-bye.